didn't work.
Now they're going to run a play right here for Kerwin Walton. Not only is he hot, they want to make Walter Clayton Jr. work on the defensive end of the floor because they know how good he is offensively.
On the fly inside is Toppin.
Well, that's the kind of guys you need, Will Richard. You need two-way players at this level. Guys you can count on at both ends.
Hawkins to Toppin is back in the game. This is a three. A three. And the defense out there by Richard. Nice offensive rebound. Toppin inside.
Wow. In the NBA, a Gortat screen after my man Marcin Gortat. He just seals the defender inside, and the help defender can't get to the drive.
Toppin on the move.
Look, just couldn't knock it down. He's 4 for 11 on the day.
It's picked up by Toppin. Intended for Chinyelu. Hawkins will be there. The screen on Clayton. Screen roll with Toppin.
Chinyelu did a nice job that time.
It's a three from Toppin. Got it!
Points. Fouling him on 2 3-pointers. It cannot be done. Even though he didn't really foul him on the last one.
Toppin inside. A lot of traffic.
And his head taken off.
And Logden picks up his first. It's Hawkins with the ball. Toppin inside. Hand Logden defends.
We saw this.
He's had to get out of the way that time so he didn't pick up his 5th foul.
Yeah, and Grant McCaslin was upset at his team. They're just running.
I mean, he moves so well without the ball, does Clayton. You can't deny the ball to a guy who's going to move like that.
Toppin. He's got him in a blender.
Is a tremendous shot blocker. Arkansas is not a very good shooting team, but they've been really getting a lot of mileage out of driving the ball to the basket. Toppin might have something to say about that.
Chiseling down low, working for the shot, and getting to move it around. Shot clock down to 5. Digging inside, Richmond. It's fought for, and out of the confluence of all those defenders, it's Anderson with the ball.
You can really see that the Razorbacks are trying to force the ball down the lane to the basket.
They don't have a lot of choice, Steve. They can't shoot the ball very well on the perimeter, so you've got to go to your strengths in big games, and that's their strength, and that is Texas Tech.
They got him in a straitjacket, and they swing it around. Williams, 3, no. Rebound, Toppin inside, corkscrews it up and in. 7 of 9, ascending at the right time. It's flat inside, lost the ball as he was careening off bodies, picked up by Williams. It's a cross court inside, and the player of the year in the conference.
Things like that. But Dan says it all the time, and he's right. It's still going to come down to you got to make shots.
Toppin will get the miss by Williams.
Big time move right there against a very good defender. He's got 21 points.
Red Raiders have 9 players with NCAA tournament experience, and inside one of them is right there. Toppin catch
trouble, and let's remember, they are missing their best three-point shooter in Chance McMillan and one of the best three-point shooters in the country
for Texas Tech.
And he had 7 of them in only 13 minutes.
Arkansas led this game 69-56 with 4:20 to go. Here comes Anderson around the screen and gets it inside. Toppin. Rebound collected. Bedu screen. Davis will make a move on that baseline. Knocked away. Williams. Great defense by the Red Raiders. And taken by Hawkins. Under 2 to go. Hawkins with Davis all over him.
That's Williams who blocked that shot.
Toppin will move. They do defending. Up and down. Brazil.
And over the last 8 games, he's been their best three-point shooter.
He has, and he went from shooting 1 3 a game in the first 25 games to over 4 threes a game in the last 8 games.
Hawkins, Toppin, up and down.
Initiate.
Banyal up top to Abreu for 3, no good. And Toppin with his first rebound.
All their offense is built on space, cuts, unselfish handle of the basketball.
And there's Toppin. They want to get him engaged.
Toppin gobbling up rebounds. Once again, Williams, I love this big-to-big pick and rolls, and now you get a chance to get it to Toppin on the move.
You're going to have to.
Elijah Hawkins is one of the more gifted guards in college basketball, offensively and defensively. He's got the ball in his hand now for Texas Tech.
Totally. Amen that time. You're talking about a guy who had 13 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds at his size. Close to a triple-double.
Last game, Texas Tech set an NCAA record for threes attempted in a game, in a tournament game. Toppin, hook shot, it's good. It's so smooth. He's got 6 or back to Sturts. Sturts backing his way in, fadeaway jumper, no good. It just squeezed off the side of the rim.
Good D by Hawkins.
He's not the biggest guy on the floor, but he certainly is in your grill. Toppin spinning, throwing, backing.
You let him get to that run. That's why you and I got along so well, right? At the jump.
Sturts off the glass. And he's had a couple of shots that have come in and out. Another rebound for Toppin.
JT Toppin just is gobbling up these.
There he goes. Laid it in, a little finger roll. That's where the turnover happens. Williams is back in for Texas Tech.
As much of a rhythm team that Drake is on the offensive end, this is right here where they need to get their rhythm back by getting a few stops and get something easy. There's action right there.
Williams into the paint. Williams has it blocked away, but Toppin cleans it up. It's 8 rebounds for Toppin. 15 points, 8 rebounds. Toppin, pass. Wow, what a look.
Let me tell you.
Really an unbelievable player, the transfer. John Roberson. Here's Toppin, 9 seconds left. Toppin backing his way in. He's going to go with that hook shot. Into the paint. Toppin, good! And that is got some separation from Mascari. Open for 3. Keeps on shooting. No good. Ball tipped. Walton's got it. Toppin.
Great catch.
Toppin, it's good. He is
on the catch on Mascari.
Sturts for 3. Felt like he was hit. Toppin with another rebound. That's 12 rebounds. Overton. .21 points, 12 rebounds for Toppin. Again, they're playing without Chance McMillan, who averages 14 a game and 4 rebounds per game. He's missed the last couple of ball games. Toppin, he's not missing much.
Beautiful on the coast of North Carolina.
Anderson to Walton. They come out and defend him. Toppin, low post. Toppin, there's the hedge to try to double team. He's powerful. Left hand. And
Right read by Greedy Williams. They helped off the strong side. You got to drive that.
4-0 run for Wilmington. Texas Tech won for its last 8. Anderson to Toppin. Look out. McGriff in the paint. McGriff throws up a hook shot. He did just throw it up. And Hawkins up the floor. Hodge thought about cutting him off.
They did a good job getting in front of him.
Anderson, more's on him. Back to Walton. Hawkins down low to Toppin. Toppin. There's the hedge. Toppin, athletic, gets the bounce off the rim. He has 6.
How he shoots it like that because he has a quick trigger.
You got to be on his hip.
Toppin in the paint. Toppin. That's a tough shot. That is a. They've already taken a tournament record 41 threes. Toppin. They try to go inside. Anderson skips it to Hawkins. Bounce pass down low. Toppin just lays it in with 2. Mentioned their 44 3 attempts, the school record. Here's 45. It's no good, but the putback is good.
A number of years at Baylor as well as Jerome Tang. Toppin, jump stop, flips it up and in. Some rebounders in the country. He gets 1 offensive rebound every 7 half-court possessions. And that is not Fran talking anecdotally. That is statistically so. That his rate of offensive rebounding is elite. There's Toppin getting inside. 5, and you see the smile on his face. Well, they push the pace as well as anybody in this league. And that's a concern if you don't get back. Toppin inside, flips it in.
Norchad Omier straight up one-on-one. And so that's a matchup that they want to try to establish very early on for the Baylor Bears.
Rolling his basket, JT Toppin the flush for Baylor.
You see how they're spacing the floor out and just isolating Norchad Omier down low underneath the hoop.
JT Toppin stepping out for three.
Every time down the floor, they've gotten the ball to Norchad Omier. And every time he's gotten close to the basket, it has worked.
JT Toppin at this end of the floor getting Texas Tech. In your eyes, a real threat to go to the Final Four.
Grant McCaslin is really good at defining what the roles are and communicating that to his team.
JT Toppin doing what he does.
Saw it and went after it right away.
Elijah Hawkins. 5 on the timer. The lob for JT Toppin, who lays it in.
Have anybody else?
Norchad Omier missing the front end of the 1-and-1. But they're already without Langston Love tonight. They've been missing for about a month. That's a 3 by JT Toppin.
I think the key, though, is North Carolina. Assuming that you're not going to see JT Toppin welcome back to the ball game.
You're looking for the people's elbow right there?
No people's elbow, because that's going to be an ejection probably if that happened. Remind me, Stephanie's Places airs on ESPN Plus, brand new show in the life and times of WWE superstars.
Shot clock at 10. 7-point game, the closest Baylor has been since it was 25-18. But now it's a 9-point game as JT to the foul with his reaction to the foul call. Darian Williams missing the 3. JT Toppin pulls it down. It goes for work and 1. Fourth foul.
But they're not moving to the one line ahead of those other teams that have pretty much locked themselves in.
Texas Tech has led the entire way. JT Toppin at the high post. Up and under with the right hand. 24.
When the Arizona State defense is at their best.
Here's Sannon, another freshman for Bobby Hurley, off the mark that time. McMillan to Toppin, his first 2 of the night.
See from Mason. We really don't see careless turnovers like that from him too much.
Anderson for 3, no. Loose ball, who wants it? Toppin wants it. Highlighted by the light heavyweight title fight. I would ask you who you want to win that fight, but I know the answer already, so I'm not even going to ask.
What's the answer?
Let's keep it between us. There's a flush by Toppin. 3-point play. He has 9, and we're knotted up at 31. Counting down to 1 minute to go in a closely played first half. Toppin, he is hot. Amir Ali for 3, off the mark. Still just 1 3-pointer made, 1 for 9 tonight for the Sun Devils collectively. Now McMillan, pocket pass, Toppin, McMillan, Toppin, can't get it to go. He got the rebound and the putback. So now he's...
To me, he hasn't won enough. I mean, early on in the season, they were winning more. They were top 25. But down the stretch, they haven't won enough. And when you look at Houston, Houston is so dominant. But they have so many guys that play a major role in the... So hard to stop. He plays so low. He changes paces as well as anybody that I've seen. He is really, really hard to stay in front.
A steady diet of number... Here's Toppin, 4 on the shot clock, off the window. With keep him out there, he could mess around and get another 30 and 10 double-double. This team has weapons all over the floor.
A pass-first point guard in Elijah Hawkins and a beast down.
Check. Yeah, 10 points on 4 of 4 shooting. Poked away. Crowd loves it. Hawkins gathers the basketball. You hear the cheers from the crowd. Hawkins was kept on the ground, they feel, by Malone, but at the other end, it doesn't matter.
He's got the shoulder. He really keeps the defender away from a clear space just with that large frame, and then he throws another nice little jump hook. So you can see that Colorado, they're not going anywhere.
The southpaw Toppin says splash.
True that.
Nice. I got a true dat. I like that. I haven't gotten a true dat in a while.
You gotta earn those true dats. I just don't give those out easily, Pete.
Toppin. Wow, how about that feathery?
You're in that lab. You're not just sitting around doing nothing in a hotel. You're in that lab working on your skill set, game planning, drilling, and it just gives you more time for game preparation. It's a huge advantage.
Second half underway. Coach McCaslin did not like the way they can confirm, and this place very big as well. Holds over 15,000, and the students getting their money's worth tonight in their last regular season game. Chance McMillan has it knocked away, and here's Hawkins with the keys to the offense as usual. Whips across court. McMillan hasn't missed tonight. Here's Toppin. Off the window and good.
Riley, this is like a 3-point game with about 4 minutes to go in the first half, and all of a sudden the Red Raiders just with a barrage of threes and dunks, and they blow this thing up to a double-digit advantage.
Oh!
But there's a lot of phenomenal guys on that list. If I'd have had one more, I probably would have put Richie Saunders from BYU. I would have added him on that list if I could have got a 6th man.
I was about to get in your kitchen about that because you were talking about him this afternoon. Oh, look at that move. JT Toppin. Points in that win against Kansas, averaging 17.3 on the season, scoring 19 a clip at home. The clinic is in the block.
Yeah, like I said, this kid, you know, from where he was in January, where he is now. He had mentioned in the Ivy League, 2,000 points. You don't just do that without being able to play. It took him a while to get used to the physicality and gain some confidence at this level.
Oh, JT Toppin with 6 assists goes to Williams. Williams, so many weapons for Texas Tech. He can't finish, but Toppin can.
Just choose possessions for Kansas. Getting the ball down low in the paint. That is where they historically have been able to foster a lot of production.
There is Toppin down low. With the left hand, JT. What a job he has done this year with Texas Tech. And the rebound knocked around. And the loose ball run down by Elijah Hawkins for the Red Raiders.
Just the quality of shot and the difference in the quality of shot is glaring right now. Kansas doing an excellent job competing and fighting over screens.
JT Toppin, 3. Still 12 to shoot. Kevin Overton missing from deep, and the offensive rebound and the putback by JT Toppin.
3 games of who they might be in March.
Kansas has closed it within 1. As Texas Tech is scoreless for about 4 minutes. JT Toppin ends the drought for the Red Raiders.
I heard that's why you wore the green tie today. Is that true?
Sure. I'll go with that one.
Synergy.
Had nothing to do with, oh, this one's clean today. I'll wear this one. JT Toppin, the floater.
Short roll, high release.
Leading scorer and rebounder for the Red Raiders. Pull up mid-range jumper missed by Kansas, and here comes Texas Tech looking to push it back the other way.
And get right back to Toppin, setting the on-ball screen. Here he is.
In the paint, Toppin down low again. He's got 13. JT Toppin drives, but then missed inside. Got it back. He was inbounds and reestablished himself. And Texas Tech. Would you look to attack Dickinson? He's sitting with 2 fouls and 2.5 to go until halftime.
Sure, I'm going to bring JT Toppin up on the screen and see how Kansas wants to defend it. They haven't brought him in that screen situation yet.
Toppin with some space and a three. Williams backing it down. Across to JT Toppin.
Yeah, he will be a Hall of Fame coach someday. Remember, 5 years in the NBA. Figure out 25 wins a year. He'd be close to 900 by now.
He's already bending Doug Shaw's ear. Toppin up and under. And only 4 losses for the Cougars. Auburn, Alabama, San Diego State, and Texas Tech.
Great defense by Roberts, man. He just disrupted the drive.
How about Toppin? He's got 5 rebounds in this one.
He goes and gets those ones over the rim. I think Anderson's got to play a little ISO ball at times tonight. See, these screens bring 2 defenders to the ball, and I'm not liking that. But guy like that.
Well done, the big guy. Kelvin Sampson, his team with a win will clinch a share of the Big 12 title for the 2nd straight year.
Look how good their health is.
Toppin moving the ball quickly. Anderson back to Toppin, puts it on the floor, and Toppin +1. 15 from Milos Uzan. Toppin inside, and 1.
Ball screeners help.
Toppin short on that shot, gets the offensive rebound. Toppin inside and rolls it home.
Houston team, and talk about struggling to score the basketball. How about here? Texas Tech 48% of the year, 4 of 21 from the floor.
Double comes on Toppin, yet to score until that.
The 3. And good contest inside. Nothing easy on either end.
Hawkins pierces the lane. Toppin cleans it up for the Red.
You run it right.
Small with an alley. Miss at the rim. Ahead to Toppin. And 1. Fires and delivers.
He did a good job setting up that move. He wanted to get back to his left hand and back the defender down. They were sitting on his right shoulder. He was able to get just enough space in the lane and spin back baseline.
His career high is 19 points. He's up to 14. Toppin against Hansberry. He gets over his favorite passer. Trying to hook it inside. An easy steal for Williams. Fueling the break. Toppin puts it in. Williams
get back in there.
And without Chance McMillan today, he tweaked an ankle late in the game on Tuesday against TCU, and Tech has a huge game on Big Monday here in just a couple of days in this building against Houston. Toppin.
Point game and also the mid-range game.
He's in double figures for the 12th time this year. That was partially blocked. Andre falling to the floor. And Texas Tech pulls it out. Ahead to Toppin. Finger rolls it in.
Do it off the catch. Do it off the bounce.
Logging his first start of the season, and as a freshman, it's his first career start here today. His coach was raving about him at shoot-around. Drifting into the corner with 8 on the timer. Toppin a 3. It's in. Tinner stripped by Hawkins. Texas Tech on the break. $70-49.
Just impressed with the overall performance from the Red Raiders. Slow start to this game, and then just put the pedal to the metal and never look back.
Forget about some of those things, but he's got to be aggressive. He's not just a jump shooter. He's got to be an attacker.
Toppin going to work on Ernest Uday. That deft lefty starting right here at the defensive end. Oh, JT Toppin.
Things that are probably driving a lot of what you got going on. There is Toppin inside, playing with 3 fouls in an enormous way here tonight. And maybe the most important game of the season to this point for
No
TCU.
question. Sometimes that's all you need. You're not out here thinking. You're out here flowing. You're moving without the ball. The ball's finding you, and you're fundamentally sound in everything you're doing.
Oh, it's Toppin. That's how you get back on. TCU lead.
Got to get something going here. Here comes Toppin in the post. Let's wait on the double.
Hawkins skip pass. For as good as White has been, McMillan's been that guy in the second half of Texas Tech.
They got to figure out how to go back into Toppin after the double team comes. There it is.
That's one way.
There it is. Great job.
Toppin running the floor, and he'll lay it in. But back
getting to the foul line more of that is needed from him today if you're Oklahoma State.
Tied at 5 after the Usman miss. Oklahoma State has won 18 of the last 21 in the series here in Stillwater. Toppin baseline, and he's got a gimme.
Yeah, it's the pair. Here's some interesting numbers for you. TCU game Wednesday was the first time Oklahoma State had gotten beaten when they combined for 40 points or more between free throws and points off turnovers. And that's when you play the Cowboys. 2 biggest keys: defend without fouling, don't turn it over.
with the left, JT Toppin.
That right shoulder and go left. I mean, he's almost unstoppable. So that's a great job of Jennings in position defense.
Oklahoma State with some token pressure. Toppin, quick release, and he puts it in.
They basically play 6 guys of their 8. Overton and Federico did not play their typical minutes. But if you look at the minutes so far this afternoon, Grant McCaslin obviously managing it. McMillan played 49 of the 50 Wednesday, but he's been able to rest 4 minutes already in this first half, and the reason is the way that they're playing.
Anderson, a second thought 3, in and out. Toppin, that's his 8th rebound, the stick back.
You know, nothing was smooth, but they were hanging around early. And remember, they were getting to the line, but they didn't convert. 6 of 14, it's almost like not converting those free throws took the wind out of their sails. And then, when shots weren't coming easy, wow. I thought game in Lubbock, Usman had a double-double, and he was able to be on the floor 27 minutes.
Hawkins, pocket pass. Toppin continues to deliver. Will the Cowboys continue to fight? They turn it over. Toppin on a breakaway. Lays it in. And one. Brantley beats the buzzer. Back rim. Toppin able to tip it to a teammate. One more Toppin rebound will be another double-double for him. He's got 24 points and 9 boards. Williams, no-look feed. Toppin, another basket. That's a great point about Hawkins. His ability to get these guys set up. And that's something that's a huge part of what Texas Tech does offensively. I mean, look at that pass. And an easy one for Toppin.
Possession, James, where Anderson's able to streak down the floor and lay it in. I mean, you've got to continue to play and show some toughness. This is almost auditioning for your coaching staff right now. I mean, when it's toughest, what are you going to do?
Toppin along 2, and he buries it.
Couldn't get that foot quite behind the line.
shot by a freshman for the Sun Devils. Anderson tries to weave a pass to Toppin. Toppin popcorns it.
There's nobody anywhere around the block for the paint area. Coach McCaslin just told Gary Parrish that they're really spreading Texas Tech out defensively.
Toppin
From Adam Miller using his size and physicality to create space in the lane.
How about Arizona State? They were shooting over 50% from the field in this first half on the road against a Texas Tech team that has won 7 out of their last 8. Toppin, a couple of power dribbles, gathers and elevates. It'll be Christian Anderson initiating this set. He eyes the shot clock. 8 seconds. Anderson, 6 seconds. Defended by 2. Toppin right there. Makes it a 1. Sun Devils. Arizona State has lost 3 straight games. Here's Walton, another triple. Rolls out. Toppin fighting for the rebound and goes back up. As if this ball goes to anybody other than Kerwin Walton.
And if I was the point guard for Texas Tech, I'd be looking for him right now.
Hawkins will slow it down momentarily. Dribble handoff. Walton. Over to Toppin. Toppin. He'll let fly a long one.
Take tough shots, but now the charges, they're rarely ever seen anymore. They have to adjust the way that they push drives. Make it push them more towards the middle where all the help defense is versus pushing to the baseline to get charges. McMillan's been super quiet.
Toppin foul and count the bucket.
I had this conversation with Bobby many years ago that one of my real first college basketball memories, or biggest ones, was watching that classic NCAA tournament game between the Blue Devils and Running Rebels with my father and his best friend. I can visualize the whole thing, and you know, when
tried to go high-low, wasn't there, defended well.
Mason got into the body. The 3 no good for Anderson. It's Toppin.
This has had a couple monster interior buckets for the Sun Devils in the second half.
Phillips now with 13, 6 of 8 from the field. Both teams shooting north of 55% in this game. Toppin, the duck down low. Phillips with those 4 fouls. 2-possession lead for Arizona State. Anderson gets the roll to Toppin. Toppin barrels his way to the cup and cuts it to
his feet underneath him to cleanly block that. He actually wasn't looking to shoot, he's looking to pass.
He's trying to go to Phillips. We've seen him a couple of times. And Toppin with a...
Then the ball screen action with Christian Anderson and JT Toppin. And if it's not that, they're going to go to ISO for Williams.
Williams dumps it up. Top
against the Cats. 20 points, 16 rebounds. Catches here, goes right by KJ Lewis, but missed the shot. Loose ball comes back to Toppin, who scores off the glass.
I think Toby Awaka took personally. And I'm sure he heard about how JT Toppin played in that game down in Lubbock. He's trying to leave his stamp on this one.
There's Toppin, finally from Hawk. What a play! The flip forward. Caleb Love, no! Chaos on both ends. And now Toppin catches and dunks it.
10% from beyond the arc on the season. He's missed some layups. Has been struggling with confidence with that right wrist.
Toppin against Vasar. Up and over. High off the glass.
The clock is rolling, and Texas Tech being too patient with it.
Gotta go. Anderson went right by, throws a lob. Toppin scores. What a nifty play from the freshman.
Allow the length of Toppin to be disruptive there. One thing to keep in mind, too, Dave. Only 1 assist in the second half of that game down in Lubbock for Arizona. Texas Tech went in, they tightened up their defense, and they made them play one-on-one basketball. We'll see if that comes. They are so good at scoring consistently at the rim.
Toppin switches to that right hand. That's his second time. Bradley, that one goes off of Lewis. McMillan had to track it down. Just nothing easy for Texas Tech. They score anyway. KJ Lewis playing real hard tonight.
Henry Vasar, though, is really sucking wind right now. I mean, he's exhausted.
He couldn't get out to Toppin, who makes him pay.
These two teams meeting for the 149th time, but it's their only meeting this year for the first time in 68 years. The pass to Toppin for the first two of the night. Muna has his first bucket of the night.
John Muna is starting to figure it out, Rich. 11-9 last game, averaging 10-8 in the last two. You can't have plays.
Who missed the last game against Houston. Toppin gets his own miss and the putback.
And that is where...
Now Darion Williams. And the follow. Give him a rebound, give him a bucket.
Side USA here in Lubbock. For Texas Tech, we mentioned no Williams. Federico gets the start. They got a dynamic backcourt. Elijah Hawkins, number 3, one of the best distributors in the game. Inside to Toppin, and Toppin muscles in for 2. But you've got firepower to spare if you're Grant McCaslin. Hawkins was looking for a second 3-make of the night. Bounce pass inside, J.T. Toppin, too easy for the big fella. Loss, but Isaiah Manning was able to build some confidence against UCF. 7 points in 14 minutes, the most for him since the season opener. He keeps that confidence going. Here's McMillan, driving kick. Hawkins to the paint. Inside, Toppin, that deadly.
TCU's got to take better shots or Texas Tech will just run on them.
Here's Anderson trying to get past White. So you agree with that? Foul on the floor? Yeah. Hawkins behind the back, had a lead on skates, low pass. Toppin with 5 on the shot clock. Using that gorgeous left hand. Okay.
Oh, Chance McMillan is late to the party. You cannot give Wenzel that much room. He is playing with so much confidence. It's amazing when these three-point shooters will put the ball on the floor and attack the rim, how it opens up the perimeter for them.
Well, they did not lose confidence shooting from outside after that dreadful performance against UCF. Toppin now up to 12 points.
It happens because Avery sprints the floor, flattens out the defense, and so Usman able to step into that trail 3.
Toppin down low. He scored. Coach, they went to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 11 years. They led the country in tempo, according to Ken Palm. He says the only way we were able to do that is by playing defense. That's what I'm trying to get from this team because we are at our best when we play fast. Anderson, the freshman, against Newman, the veteran. Now Toppin, late in the shot clock against Sumnick. And Toppin uses the window. 5A player of the year in this state at Colleen Ellison. And you can tell that he's a player that Oklahoma State can rely on if he can find some consistency.
You go back a year ago, nice pass right there. That's Thompson. Get him away from the ball. Let the ball find him. Just get a little rub or a curl right there. We can get something manufactured downhill. He's not a guy that can take you off the bounce in a one-on-one situation. He needs a little momentum to the rim.
Now Toppin working on Sumnick.
C.J. Frederick back out there for Cincinnati, as well as Dylan Mitchell. Christian Anderson's had the hot hand for Texas Tech. Toppin driving on Mitchell with the left. Sweet little floater.
In the last 10 minutes of that first half, just from the perimeter and being patient.
Elbow jumper rims out for Simas Lukosius. It's just the first field goal he's attempted in this game. All 3 of his points so far from the free throw line. J.T. Toppin, that turnaround
from the outside, and McMillan just lost him on that possession.
Cincinnati now 2 for 7 from 3. Bearcats trail by 3. Toppin, set shot from 3. The response from Jay to Page, stolen away by Anderson. McMillan left alone. Another offensive rebound for Toppin and a putback.
That's just last, too. Texas Tech's had too many easy opportunities on second chance, and he has the bodies up front to rebound. They just got to work on their positioning a little bit better. Now Page is guarding down low.
Toppin, tough shot again.
Long, but defensively put the pressure on Texas Tech on the perimeter.
Renee Thomas missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Cincinnati now 12 for 15 from the free throw line. But needed that one there as they trail by 5. Coming over for the block is Mitchell, but a goaltending violation called. 4 minutes to play. Thomas lost it behind his back. Back-to-back turnovers for the Bearcats.
Too tight in there, trying to make that behind-the-back move right in the middle of the floor. A lot of hands and arms active defensively for Texas Tech.
Go back to Toppin. Mitchell all over him and one. Toppin, the strength.
Coach talked about it. One-on-one challenges, maybe not the best defensive team he's had, but as a team, staying connected in that offense. Staying with the ball, everybody here now all go. They've done a better job of putting them in good positions on the elbow or slightly off the block to allow Trey Townsend more success.
Toppin hits a 3. That's the 4th 3. 9 Eastern on ESPN. With Sean Farnham, Dave Pash here in Lubbock. 8-minute mark. Texas Tech up 4 on Arizona. Christian Anderson getting it into the lane and then kicking it out. Now Toppin on the face-up. Gone at Basar a couple times. Turnaround jumper over Basar with the left.
Defensively, it doesn't really impact it as much as it does offensively because Williams is so versatile and they love to put the ball in his hands and allow him to create in space. Toppin's a little different with it.
Toppin penetrating, gets it to go off the window. Arizona this season. Caleb Love, good look down low to Owaka, and Federico may have altered that shot. Love only took 6 shots in the first half, 4 points. Did have 2 assists and 5 rebounds. Toppin drops that one in. 3 in the second half.
I go to Toppin right here. He's got 15 and 15. Get him in that little short roll area if you can. He's coming to set the screen. Watch the roll and look for him if you can get it.
Timers at 7. Now they go to Toppin with 3. Turnaround jump shot. And the lead is messing up. Shot clock at 5. Now backing down. Skip pass. Open is McMillan. Can't bury it. Long rebound. Townsend had it. And then Federico takes it away. Here's Toppin on the baseline. Attacks and scores.
The MVP of the first half for Kansas State is David Gasson.
He's got 11. That's a game high now. About an 18-second differential between shot and game clock. Christian Anderson trying to get the mismatch. Drops it off to Toppin, and that's just an easy bucket down low for him.
Here's Williams, a matchup nightmare, misses from close range. The putback by Toppin. He's 5 turnovers for Iowa State. Texas Tech has scored 10 points in their last 4 possessions. Nice feed.
Otzelberger has been at Iowa State 4 years. Grant McCaslin 2 at Texas Tech, but trying to build that same type of toughness, and we're seeing it from the Red Raiders today. They know the challenge playing number 3 in the country.
12 early points for JT Toppin. He's been silent recently, but now he's back in
to tell his team, hey, they're going at Williams early, so we got to really crowd the paint, and that's what they did right there.
Number 5 in white, Williams with 3 fouls. Number 3 with the ball. Elijah Hawkins with 3 for Grant McCaslin. And that is assist
by Jackson, looking and surveying, and just a little bit help off of Gilbert, and he's able to kick it out, and Gilbert knocks it down.
Before this half started, you turned to me and you said, Iowa State's got to run on them. If they're going to make that run, Keyshawn Gilbert's going to be a key.
Yeah, there's no question.
Here's Toppin. doing man's work in
cultures. Toughness, it's going to be tested today for sure.
Walton, three-point specialist, but another offensive rebound, this time by McMillan.
Don't think of him as just a shooter. He has become part of that gritty DNA we've talked about.
Now Toppin for three. The big man. This is where Iowa State makes their head.
Well, and I think you've got to attack JT Toppin in those two games up in Utah against Utah and BYU. Both teams went after JT in part to try to get him in foul trouble.
Toppin, left hand off the window.
Completely different player, Rich, than he was even a year ago.
Now Brandon Chatfield also on for Otzelberger, number 33 in gold. Elijah Hawkins coming off an outstanding game against BYU, but that time he gets the dime.
That's a very elusive thing, the quad one win for a lot of coaches in college basketball. Some are still out there hunting for their first one. And now that people know the formula, what makes a tournament-worthy team? You see more pressure put, more attention paid to those types of numbers.
Texas Tech ranked 21st in the net, despite not having a quad one
zone. You got to be cerebral.
Deming the extra pass, three ball from Hall, in and out.
Good ball movement right there by the Cougars.
Boy, Tech would love to get JT Toppin going. Remember, the two fouls limited his playing time in the first half, and right on cue, Toppin.
Watch Utah's bigs tonight. They all can facilitate and move it, see the floor very, very well. You saw it on that possession right there.
McMillan off the screen as we are locked at 2 early on. JT Toppin scored 26 points last game after coming back from 4 games off.
And try to grind out a win, and Little has the best ability to do that for Utah.
Gabe Madsen, the lid stays on the rim for him. Yeah, the ability to hand somebody the keys and say, hey, here it is, take us home, as we see Catholics everywhere, so look out.
Well, I know that if it was Villanova.
Of course.
I know where your heart would be there.
Absolutely. But you know, unless Jay Wright's coaching, you know, I mean, he could coach any of those sports there.
You think if he was a football coach, he'd have that awesome look in the suit?
Oh, of course.
The sideline.
Whatever his look would be, it will be money. But we'll tip the cap to editor, and you could tell he's still kind of living with that and shaking off the rust.
I can relate. I can relate. It's a hard reality when your boys start competing with you athletically.
Speaking of athletes, there is Toppin.
The potency of Texas Tech's offense. You know, the first half, you know, Hawkins early makes. McMillan got going as they closed out the half. Federico was 5 of 6 from the floor. And Williams had 7 points. Well, it's been him the second half with his 10 points and how efficient he has been.
Miro Little lost sight of Toppin.
And then LSU in triple overtime.
Yeah, Ted, but this is their first true road test. Coach Johnny Dawkins is a little concerned of how his team might handle the pressure being on the road.
Toppin in transition. He puts it in against Chung. How about what a start for UCF on the road here.
Well, after a slow start, it's been a 13-2 run for the Knights.
Toppin on the interior. He puts it in with a foul. Improve your draft position.
Yeah, save the improvement for the summer. If it comes naturally in the flow and it's good for the team chemistry, then by all means, fire away.
Tech can retake the lead here. Hawkins finds Toppin trailing, and Toppin puts Tech 30% from 3 last year. He's much better than that. Man, he can give UCF some life offensively.
How about that? Guy who's been out all season long, comes in here, pressure-packed moment on the road, and delivers a big 3.
Toppin the left. He deserves the second chance. The Mikey Williams I know, different person. And here he is with UCF. Toppin off the window for Texas Tech.
8 for 8. You got to get on Hall. I think they're afraid of his driving ability, but he's got this stroke from the outside working tonight.
Largest lead of the game for UCF. Toppin on the interior. Count it, and the foul against Chung. That's his second. Anderson downhill. Cut off by Yotsus. Toppin. And Toppin muscles it in. And Grant McCaslin's team has the ball coming out of the timeout. Trying to cut that deficit some more. Into JT Toppin, back on the floor for the first time in 30-plus days. Toppin with another rising presence. He's now got 14 points to go with 4 assists. And the lead back up to 9.
A lot of time left. 7 minutes is an eternity in college basketball.
Toppin working against Benny Williams. And Toppin puts it in with a foul. McMillan on the attack again. Almost lost his balance. Toppin the offensive board. That doesn't drop. Got it back. JT Williams hasn't shot it well. Against Hall. Toppin on the other side. It's a 1-point game.
Oh, Hawkins looked as though he was going to get the ball to his big man, went the other way. Toppin, though, gets the rebound and scores. When his team lines up to shoot free throws, he calls it the go win the game drill.
Yeah, and they have done plenty of that.
Yeah.
And you know, that's not surprising. You got so many quality shooters on your team.
JT Toppin powering his way in.
Right there, speeds him up and creates a bit of a turnover.
Northern Colorado turned the ball over just 5 times in that first half. Toppin trying to make a move inside, and he does.
You're going to see a different Texas Tech team defensively try to create points off turnovers. Syracuse has to take care of the ball. 11 turnovers in their loss yesterday. And also for them, something that's going to be really huge in this ball game is just the way they attack the glass and can they rebound.
The first 2 points,
no, really cradled the ball. He kept it on one side, which is something so smart. You keep a player on one side, don't bring the ball back towards him. Keep it extended away from the defense, and that's what JJ was able to do.
Dealt with an injury last year that affected his shooting mechanics. So he's become more of a slasher, though the shot is better, and it was better during the second half of the season last year. Hawkins late in the shot clock. Toppin. And Toppin finishes strong over Freeman.
What happened to you?
Thank you so much for that. Oh! Glad we can move on from this discussion for a moment. Good recovery by Starling. Open man is Overton. And Williams another offensive rebound.
Well, why are they getting offensive rebounds? Because they're swinging the ball and the defense is extending.
Hawkins would like Toppin to step up here. And Toppin calmly strokes it. He's got just 2. Averaging better than 25 rebounds and 3 assists per game for the Orange. Williams, Toppin, the late cut to grab the pass and score it. They've struggled from 3 this season, St. Joe's. Perfect tonight as McMillan bricks it. Kept alive by Toppin. Just 32% threes for St. Joe's in the first 4 games.
I mean, think about how Texas Tech has absolutely destroyed their opponents the last 3 games. I just see
about a 3-minute scoring drought. Not there. Overton. Toppin. Anderson. Overton. JT Toppin already with 3 offensive rebounds, 5 total, and he'll charge into the lane and score it. Chose St. Joe's over USC. What a pickup that is. Inside Toppin again. I did my homework early as well, however. Williams shoves it up. There's Toppin again. Offense. Hawkins. And the answer there from Toppin. Hawkins. Off the glass, no. Cambridge crashed too quickly. No worry for him. Williams wanted to operate there.
Swing it. There
Anderson
it is.
got the lid for Overton. He missed a 3. It's Toppin again. His 17th rebound numbers, and he does not care. Simpson missed a follow-up slam. 1:20 to go. It's Overton.
I just don't like the force by Brown. No reason to go 1-on-3 and force up a shot.
Tech has been doing this without Hawkins for about 7.5 minutes. Anderson, Williams in control. And Williams finds Toppin.
Until you can kind of penetrate and crack the code there, you'll continue to see it. That's another miss.
Walton's three does not go. Cambridge kept it alive for the Red Raiders, who early this season shooting 57.5% from the floor.
And each time down, though, that JT Toppin doesn't touch it inside is a win for the Golden Lions. And you see there's much communication on the defensive end for the Red Raiders.
Kerwin Walton hit early, missed there, but Toppin the rebound and puts it back.
Clean look, and too many good shooters for those that keep missing. Usually it's the way it works, but sometimes the misses are contagious.
Toppin's got 7 rebounds. And another look inside by a teammate. That's Anderson. Right at 1 minute to go before halftime. And Toppin again inside. The look by Chance. The second time the Golden Lions have been at the free throw line in these final 20 minutes. Not a lot of action there. Red Raiders have shot only 2 free throws in this second half.
Staying in that zone, the Golden Lions.
Oh, JT Toppin, another assist by a lot
of focus, but some not.
Moore with another long 3 off the iron, and Christian Anderson, the Red Raider freshman guard, came out of there with the ball. Still more than 8 minutes to play here tonight. Oh, and another great look by Hawkins. He's going to have 10 assists now. Smith are the referees tonight. Kind of hard to double team Elijah Hawkins in the open floor. As Toppin quick to the rack and scores. Toppin, top of the key. 3-pointer is off the back iron. Not there, but run down by Darion Williams. Red Raiders get a new shot clock. Coach at Wisconsin Green Bay a year ago after being an assistant at Wyoming, but back now as their head coach. Toppin with the rebound after
Emily Yalaho.
Cowboys have gone more than 3.5 minutes without scoring from the field. Down by 5. Here's Toppin trying to work inside against Henry, and he does.
Relevant nationally.
Toppin inside, just trying to work his way against Oleg Koyanets. Goes back.
Maybe give the ball up quicker and you get it back with the finish. He's going to try to go with that Euro step.
Overton, Cambridge, McMillan, Toppin, and Walton for the Red Raiders. 12 on the shot clock. That ball was knocked into the backcourt by the Cowboys. McMillan laid it off to Toppin. He's got 8 points now. Walton step back over Allen. Not there. Toppin had it and winds up with it. Quick shot. Gets the roll. Trying to find a way inside, and he threw it away. Another Cowboy turnover. The freshman Anderson going to set up the Red Raider offense. Just under a minute to go in this first half. McMillan, Toppin, hook shot, good.
Yes, you could have our coach and know it's going to cost you guys some money, but let's just do it by us coming to your place and playing for a couple of times, and we'll exchange some guarantee money that way. And after that knee injury in early December of a year ago,
was averaging more than 10 points a ball game when he was injured. Just 8 games in the season. Toppin, Euro step.
Yeah, speaking of Devin Cambridge, you know, it was in an early non-conference game in December, and it altered Texas Tech's team for a bit. They had to completely adjust. Yeah, that's what you're talking about, though, with that defense. You just, Coach McCaslin does not want to see that deep penetration right there. A little frustrated with JT Toppin, but the jump hook on
chance to tie the ball game. Oh, that ball slapped away by Thomas, who took it away from a guard. JT Toppin all the way and rams it home. Down is D5. Devin Cambridge quickly down the floor. Shot blocked by Mubaru. Love Bettis knocks down a pair for the Demons. Probably at Bucky's trying to see if they've got any meat pies.
That's right.
Where's the meat pie department? They got everything else at a Buc-ee's, I understand. JT Toppin back on for the Red Raiders. Nice pass from Darion. Yeah, Northwestern State's also got LSU, Cal, Texas on their schedule, so it is challenging.
And they play in
prepared for that Southland Conference.
Yeah, that Southland Conference, you know, has been dominated by McNeese and Will Wade, the former LSU coach, in recent seasons.
Great. Patterson making one of two.
And Northwestern State, it looks like going to drop back into man-to-man defense.
Northwestern State out of the Southland Conference, where McNeese is picked as the preseason favorite. Here's Toppin trying to back down Colonel. The big left-handed hook is good.
He can facilitate, get somebody an open look.
Working against J.C. Riley here, left-handed jump hook, but only 1 for 7 from the field in the last couple of minutes. So both these teams having trouble scoring. That ball just taken away from Chance McMillan, who got it back. Pass inside to Toppin. Is able to get up in Cambridge. 6 on the shot clock. Sanders launches one off the front iron, and McMillan comes down with the ball. Oh, and he handed off to Darion Williams. Here's Devin Cambridge going to go inside, give it to Toppin, banks it up and in with a double-double in assist and rebounds.
Yeah, and you're in the midst of a 9-0 run if you're Texas Tech, and you're going to see the score. People will see the score and maybe feel like this was easy. I don't. It wasn't. You know, just tough to put these demons away, and they continue to compete. But Grant McCaslin's team will end up at 2-0 on the night.
How about another assist? And it gets the floater to go.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I think what Coach Diaz is talking about there with Freeman. And that's a difficult shot. Fade away along the baseline right there and nailed it. Red Raiders a bit disjointed with their lineup tonight. Don't really have a true point guard. And there's the
average more than 11 points a game.
Yeah, as Texas Tech kind of tries to figure things out tonight and they get the season going. One thing you do know is you want a lot of touches for that. Misses right there.
10-7. Red Raiders in the early going. Toppin will occasionally shoot from outside that three-point line, but he's sophomore out of Cameroon. Wildcats within 4. Toppin is back on. That's Overton. Transfer out of the portal from Drake. JT Toppin spin move. He's 4 for 4.
This Texas Tech campus this week. Lady Raiders, Krista Gerlich in action last night with a win. Back in action on Thursday night. Grant McCaslin's guys. Roger Ayers tells somebody, official in the front row, appreciate the help. Somebody in the Red Raider crowd trying to offer up some help.
Ball lines up underneath the Toppin.
But a great baseline cut right there. The finish.
You're a Red Raider on the floor. You clearly don't want to play bad defense now. No goaltending called, but Toppin got it right back and scored.